This is day 28 of our day energy playlist, where each day for the month of July, we are discussing the nuances that comes with that day's day energy. Now, in numerology, the two main energies we look at are the life path, which describes the types of activities or themes we are likely to encounter, and the day energy itself, which gives us insight into how to best go about completing those activities. Today, we are discussing the nuances of 28 day energy because it is July 28th. Real quick before we begin, my name is Tristan Garrett Mueller, and I run Real Occult, a numerology and astrology business that utilizes a multi-layered numerology and astrology system to help entrepreneurial families eliminate stress, self-doubt, overwhelm, confusion, and replace those emotions, those sensations with spiritual clarity and divine levels of confidence for every member of the family. So let's talk about 28 energy. 2 and 8 combine together to give us 10, which in numerology, 0 is simply a magnifier. So we have base 1 energy. Earlier in this playlist, we have already talked about 2 energy, 8 energy, and 1 energy itself. So if you would like more insight into either one of those or any of those energies, you can check out the playlist that will be linked at the end of this video. So, one energy, base one energy is creation, it is new beginnings, it is individuality, it is a action focused energy. And so if you think about building a house, one energy creates the structure, it turns the raw land into the structure. Two energy then comes along, which is the raw masculine. One energy is pure masculine energy. It's creation energy. It is aggressive energy. It is action focus. It is go, 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 singular focus and full conviction commitment to accomplishing this thing this way. That's where that individuality comes into play. One energy is bold and it's willing to stand on its own. And so one energy creates the house. Two energy then comes along, the divine feminine, the improvement energy comes along and turns that house into a home, makes it warm, makes it comfortable, makes it an enjoyable place to actually live. That is two energy. Eight energy is karma, it is success, it is achievement, and it balances both the spiritual world and the material world. So if we just take a look at the number eight really fast, we have two circles, circle on the bottom, circle on the top. Not a lot of meat in the middle. And this is where that karma comes into play. This bottom circle represents the spiritual world. The top circle represents the material world. And so the material world will never be able to outweigh or outgrow the spiritual foundation. And so this is where your material world starts to get too big for your spiritual world to support. Shoom, you just slide back down into the spiritual world to add support, to add strength to that spiritual foundation so you can come back up to the material world and begin to accumulate more. Eight energy is all about material abundance. It loves to just accumulate material goods. That's success, achievement, that pure ambitious energy. And so 28 energy gives flavoring or nuance to that base one creation, new beginning, individuality, leadership type of energy. And so two energy, divine, feminine, eight energy, material abundance. 28 energy is all about divine abundance. 2 energy is intuition. It is emotions. It is charismatic and supportive. It's a big picture vision type of energy. And 8 is that raw ambition, that raw success type of energy. So you have intuitive success, you have divine abundance, you have the blending of both the feminine and the masculine, all centered around individuality, willing to stand on your own, willing to take charge, to create something unique, to innovate. All of this being flavored with that intuitive success, intuition from the 2, success from the 8, the emotions from the 2, the karmic outcomes from the 8. So this is an amazing energy to blend both of the intuitive spiritual world with the grounded in reality, material success, material goods. How does this apply to the life path? How do we utilize this day energy? Well, you tap into and maximize your access to the life path by using the day energy as you move throughout the day. So, for example, today, July 28th, 2025, 7 plus 2 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5 brings us to 26. 2 and 6 combine together to give us 8 energy. So we have a eight life path being flavored with both 2 and 6 energy. That 8 life path, like I mentioned, is karma. It is success, ambition, achievement, balancing both the spiritual world and the material world to accumulate more material goods. All of this, we access and maximize our access to all of this by utilizing 2 and 8 energy as we move throughout the day. So every single month, we have 3, actually 4. We have 4 opportunities every single month to give the universe inputs. Newton's third law: for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. For every input, there is an equal and opposite output. We have 4 opportunities every month with the 1 day energy to give the universe 1 energy inputs. We have the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, and the 28th every single month. Each one of these days has its own nuance or flavoring for how you best align those inputs with that day's energy to maximize the outputs that you get. So on the 28th of every single month, you utilize 2 energy, raw feminine energy, spiritual intuition, support, charisma, emotions, relating to other people, and raw ambition, success mindset, material goods, making money, building something worth building, big goals that we're chasing, trying to achieve. So every single month on the 28th, as you move throughout the day, allow the intuition and ambitious mindset to guide you. On a day like today, in 8 life path, this karmic success day, it is a beautiful time to double dip with that 8 energy. We also have 2 flavoring both the life path, 2 energy flavoring both the life path and the day energy itself. So you utilize 28 energy. You allow the intuition to drive you to success. You will, so here's where this emotional karma comes into play. If you get too emotional with that 2 energy, let's say you get into an argument or something, 2 energy, that would be high emotions, a high emotional state, you're getting into an argument. 8 energy would then follow that, which means you're going to get the karmic repercussions of being overly emotional. Versus you allow your intuition to guide you, you get the karmic repercussions of the positive aspects of 8 energy. material success, material abundance. And so this energy, the 28th, all about two energy followed by eight energy, two energy followed by eight energy. This is how you move throughout the day. Two energy first, then eight energy. And you have these happening in microcycles, minute to minute, bigger cycles, hour to hour, and then you have throughout the entire day. So a macro cycle would be the morning's all about two energy, the afternoon's all about eight energy. On a minute to minute basis, that would be intuition, success, emotions, karma, so on and so forth. And so this is how you maximize your ability to align with the life path to get the outputs that you desire based on the inputs that you give the universe by utilizing the day energy the way it's meant to be utilized. So on the 28th, two energy, then eight energy. This is the routine in the flow that happens every single month on the 28th. Two, then eight, two, then eight, two, then eight. This is how you move throughout the day to maximize the outputs that you get based on the inputs you're giving the universe. If you have made it this far, I genuinely appreciate you for watching. If you have any questions, thoughts, or opinions, please drop them in the comments down below. I am more than happy to help you however I can. The universe wants you to win. I want you to win. It may not look the way you imagined, and it's probably not going to happen on the time frame that you would prefer. But with that said, the universe is truly on your side. And if you have any questions, please drop them down below. I am, like I said, more than happy to help you however I can. And I will talk to you again tomorrow when we discuss the nuances behind 29-day energy.